Here's your newspapers, and Business Day is the first one that we've got for you. So the Business Day, talking court bid threatens sell sees 12 billion rand listing. Look at that. Former BEE partner Cellsaf wants ICASA's approval of license transfers set aside. That's their big story. Black Friday sale, retail sales rebound ahead of Black Friday. When's that? That's the last weekend of November, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's next weekend.
Can we have some real sales, guys?
Yeah, proper sales, not like 5% off if you buy 3 items or something. And then lower inflation draws target criticism. Okay?
Yeah.
There we go. Those are some of the news items on the Business Day.
Okay, and
Daily Dispatch next.
we move on to the Daily Dispatch. And just take a look at what they're leading with this morning. 529 million rand sword hangs over Eastern Cape education bosses. And this, of course, is a serious story given what is going on in the province and also just as far as education is concerned. And the Eastern Cape province grant funding at risk after money for desperately needed school infrastructure has been wrongly redirected. Also, Bompini demolitions paused with legal steps underway to stop the evictions. And that story was on the front page yesterday. And then Nkabinde clarifies timeline on Mukhosi contact. We heard that at the ad hoc committee yesterday. Also, military backing sought for mega projects. Go figure. Your latest school news from the Eastern Cape. And those among the stories that they're looking at this morning.
All right, let's have a quick look at the Witness now. This one this morning. Decades-long wait. Kaya village residents expose house struggles. So that's what that's the big story on the front page of the Witness there this morning. Then, of course, the other story: asbestos classrooms haunt Woodlands Primary as rebuild abandoned. That's another story they've got there. And then, goodness me, your old something games. I'm struggling to read that. My apologies. I know I'm reading it off the screen there, but I mean, my eyes are good, but they're not that good, unfortunately. But there's definitely a story about, because it looks like, oh, what's his name? Remember that guy? Is it Mario Brothers? Your old Merry Games could be worth thousands. Oh, good. Yeah, that's well worth reading.
Yeah.
Because they could be worth thousands, and that looks like the Mario
our
Brothers.
childhood.
Imagine, exactly. And that pretty much so is the front page.
What is your favorite? Apart from Pac-Man, everybody loved
Pac-Man, and I used to love Kung Fu Master.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, but I was a good Kung Fu Master guy. I really was.
All you needed to do was hit.
I know.
Okay. Moving on to the next one, the Cape Argus. Court victory over District 6, four District 6 residents. Eviction of 78-year-old woman overturned. The Western Cape High Court delivered a landmark judgment dismissing an eviction application against a 78-year-old woman. The court characterized the application as opportunistic, disingenuous, and ultimately unlawful. Also, NSPCA wins landmark ruling on animal welfare. There's a picture there, dancers showing off their skills at the dance-off event that was held at the Waterfront Amphitheatre for the Festive Lights Switch On, that event taking place later this month. And then public schools' ongoing fight for sanitation. Cape Flats residents demand action against gang violence, and a sewage flood sparks demolition threat. Some of the stories there. And on the inside, 6 workers who died when a container ship struck a bridge in Maryland 20 months ago might have survived the disaster if they'd been alerted immediately, according to U.S. safety officials. You remember that story?
Absolutely.
All right, so the Cape Argus dealing with those stories this
morning. The Sowetan is up next. Look at this photograph. I saw this yesterday. I don't know if you've driven past it.
Yes, I drive
past.
Yeah,
I know that's your route, so I haven't seen it, but I saw this photograph of basically under the bridge there
the
on the M1, the double-decker with all of the leaders' faces of the G20 adorned on those walls there, and you can just see, just shining out from there, our president, of course, the Argentinian president, who actually isn't coming, and then Brazil, and a whole host of all of the countries and prime ministers that are going to, well, the representative countries, not necessarily those attending, but they're all there. And the headline is, the US can't dictate the G20 outcomes. Government pushes back against America's latest attempt to undermine South Africa's presidency over summit declarations. And key members of the forum, such as France, have ignored pressure to buy into the plot to derail the gathering. Big story yesterday, Gigaba steps aside from ANC role. Clark's resignation stopped after 1.3 million rand theft, and Andy crowns 15 years on radio with nominations. So there we go. Those are the big stories on the front page of the Sowetan.
All right, the Citizen this morning. Now, where's our water's 4 billion rand? The phantom amount to fix Joburg Water's problems is a mere bookkeeping entry, not accessible cash. Now, it can be accounted for, but the money is sitting with the city of Joburg. And National Treasury Sydney Maisela says, leaving Joburg Water begging for funds daily for supplies. And then the new Trump rant, SA behaves very poorly. That's why the US president won't attend the G20 summit. You are behaving poorly. No horsing around. The South African police service there, they are on display. And this, of course, as they will all also be out in full force this week for the G20, and just showcasing there. And also, why Viljoen is disbarred. Oh, beautiful Viljoen. And tight margins will win it. This, of course, on the back page, looking ahead to this weekend, and of course, the rugby.
Gee, there is police presence, army presence, you name it.
Everywhere.
Like, guys, you don't know. If you don't live in Joburg, you do not understand. It's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing. All right, let's move on to the Herald now. The Herald, Gqeberha doctors arrest, a breakthrough for complaints is what they're saying there. And this is basically, it has taken them more than a decade, but 5 women determined to have their doctor held accountable for allegedly raping and sexually assaulting them have finally been given some hope with his arrest. This is Dr. Gregory Ho, who is 53 years old. He's a specialist endocrinologist, and he appeared in the Gqeberha Magistrates Court on Tuesday after handing himself over to the police. So big breakthrough on that one. Dousing the flames, there's a firefighter there. They, of course, were kept busy as veld fires broke out in several parts of Nelson Mandela Bay yesterday amid hot and dry conditions. And those are pretty much so the biggest stories they've got there. Besides, of course, the rugby, there's Eben Etzebeth on the front page. That's the big match over the weekend. Beating Irish in Dublin is on our bucket list, says Eben. And councillors block bid to write off 350 million in irregular expenditure. So let's leave it there. That's the front page of the Herald.
And of course, moving to the Star, Lesotho dark forces tried to sabotage Tshwane ahead of the G20, and goes on to say that the outage plunged the union buildings and part of the Pretoria CBD into darkness. And the Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesotho has blamed what he called dark forces that try extremely hard to pull the country backwards after massive power outages in Tshwane ahead of the G20 Leaders Summit.
And in Gauteng, we've got major ones in our area.
We've also seen more outages than usual in my area.
At the moment is down, completely down. So I don't know if they managed to bring it up overnight.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. And also miracle injections. Health Authority warned South Africa about dangers of illegal weight loss products. Desperate consumers are increasingly turning to social media miracle injections as the demand for quick weight loss solutions rises. But many of these products may contain hazardous and undisclosed ingredients. Now, there's an interesting story. And also, the South African Human Rights Commission looks into abuses of human rights at informal settlements. And Eskom says municipal debt is blocking credit upgrades, among other stories.